So let me do the brief introduction. We have Jeremy True from Sarasota County, from Mason City. Am I correct? Are you actually from Mason City or are you outside of Mason City? Mason,
I'm in
okay.
Mason.
Yeah, and he's running the open seat, House District 59, because Sharon Steckman is not running for re-election this fall. So Jeremy is the chosen one, I guess I would say. And also I just want to let you know he is the cousin of Jordan True, who's a member here in Des Moines, an active member. So we wanted to thank you for filling out the questionnaire and joining us tonight. So we're going to give you your 5 minutes, then we'll get to Patrick for a few minutes to ask a few questions. So, Jeremy, the floor is yours.
Okay, well, I'm Jeremy True, and I'm a native of. Sorry, I got the Democratic meeting going off to the side here, but the local one. But yes, I'm a native to Mason City. I'm a high school teacher. I teach English as a second language at Mason City High School. I'm a former AEA employee as well. I was actually asked by Sharon Steckman to run because she wanted someone that was familiar with education policy specifically, but also was active with the local community among a broad spectrum of things. Being an English as a second language teacher, I have gotten to know most of the newcomers to the city through their kids that I teach, and also attending events that are put on through different community organizations, especially for the newcomers. And I'm also a musician in the area, so I kind of have some level of recognizability, I guess. And but yes, my motivations for running have been just the destruction of the schools by the Reynolds administration, and it kind of started with Branstad in there before her, but it went into overdrive specifically then. That was ultimately what pushed me over the edge, but I've always been interested in political work, and but mainly as from the lens of public service. Obviously, I'm a public servant, but I've also done many different things. My parents have also, my dad, who was also a city employee, we had done lots of charitable things, helped organize drives to help people clean out their houses for people that couldn't move people, all kinds of different things, repairing their homes. And so these are just things. So I've gotten to know people, and I think that, public service is kind of in my blood here. So I've been, I think, as I've been doing this for a number of years, it's gotten, now I think I'm in a good position to put that into action politically. I'm a graduate for University of Northern Iowa and North Iowa Area Community College here in Mason City. So a lot of deep Iowa roots. I did leave. I taught overseas for a little bit. And in Japan, I did do some schooling over in Germany. So I have some perspectives, some global perspectives as well before, but I've been back in Mason City teaching for 14 years. And I'm feeling pretty good about this run.
Well, thank you very much, Jeremy. We're going to go ahead and give the floor to Patrick to ask you a couple of questions. And Patrick Borchak, our chair of our election endorsement committee, the floor is yours, Patrick.
Thank you, Mitch. And thank you, Jeremy, for joining us.
Yes.
So as you know, you were given a questionnaire to answer and to send to us. You did that. We reviewed it. We have a few follow-up or clarifying questions that we'd like to ask you. The first one being question 3 of the healthcare section. It asked if you, given the absence of federal legislation guaranteeing healthcare at the national level, are in favor of Iowa passing a universal single-payer healthcare law to cover every Iowan, including coverage for mental health, dental, vision, hearing, reproductive health, and pharmaceutical costs. You answered that you'd favor guaranteed healthcare with the end goal of a single-payer system. So the term end goal seems to imply that you support it perhaps at some point in the future, but not yet. So,
Well, yeah,
okay.
the sooner the better, of course.
Yeah. Okay. So please now tell us whether you would support a guaranteed single-payer healthcare system for Iowa that includes mental health, dental, vision, hearing, reproductive health, and pharmaceutical costs in the near term, or whether you rather envision it at some time in the future, and if at some time in the future, how long?
Okay, absolutely. I was looking at it when I worded that is, given the possibility, it would be, I would vote on it. If that was on my desk on day one, I would absolutely vote yes for that. The reason that I phrased that is because I kind of feel that some of that stuff just ends up being incremental. But I think though the time has passed for not passed like it's too late, but I mean, I think people are ready. So yes, absolutely. If that is something that has enough support, that we could write it and feasibly just put it out there, and it doesn't get thrown out immediately in conference or in committee, absolutely. I absolutely 100% support a guaranteed health, and especially, yes, mental health, dental, vision, all of it, because I'm a school teacher. I see all the things that the students miss out on because of various coverage issues, and also just extreme costs. And there's no reason
if it doesn't currently have that support, what would you do to help generate that support so that it can pass?
Well, the big thing is message it. What are the advantages? Where it is, what are the benefits that are doing it? So that'd be easy, just talking to constituents, putting it out in any sort of release or social media. The positives of such a thing to try to generate support, because this is something I support.
Great.
Patrick, Jeremy, we have 4 minutes remaining.
Okay. Let's go to the workers' rights section. So question 1 of the workers' rights section asks if you support enacting a state minimum wage of $20 an hour or higher, indexed annually to inflation. You answer that minimum wage and all wages need to be indexed to inflation at a minimum, and that you also support the right of individual communities to set their own minimum wages if they feel if it would be above the state and federal minimum, since not all cities cost the same to live in. So while you specifically agreed with the indexing the wage to inflation part of the question, you did not address the $20 an hour figure we asked about. So please tell us now if, in your opinion, there are communities within Iowa where less than $20 an hour would be sufficient to live on, and if so, which those communities are.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think there are anywhere in Iowa that would be less than $20. The reason I phrase that is just the way that I had thought about it with how it had worked in some other states, where some cities were rising it above, and then the states were trying to limit their ability to do that. Because, for example, in California, it costs a great deal different to live in San Francisco than it does in Fresno. And so in Iowa, our costs of living are more balanced. So I was just phrasing it that way, kind of looking at it from a national perspective. But yes, I definitely support a minimum wage of up 20, because that's about what it costs. The rents are just high and getting higher, and the groceries are, oh my goodness. And Iowa is unfortunately kind of a food desert, despite being agricultural. So our food costs are
Patrick?
way higher than they should be.
Patrick, Jeremy, we have 90 seconds left, minute and a
Okay.
half.
Okay, Jeremy, why don't you take about 60 seconds to tell us why we should endorse you?
Well, I feel like from what was on the questionnaire that I feel that I'm on the same page. Of course, looking at a broader spectrum of Iowans, that's what I do daily. So I try to keep the perspective of a lot of different people. Or of course that's my everyday. I spend a third of my day not even speaking English. So that gives you an idea of the different perspectives I hear from different Iowans. And but it doesn't matter. I keep hearing the same concerns from everybody. And I definitely feel like the things that were listed on the questionnaire are definitely things that I hear every day from everyday Iowans.
Okay, we're gonna have to stop there, Jeremy.